Hello, I'm Philip Reeve.
And I'm Sarah McIntyre, and we are the authors of this book together, Kevin and the Biscuit Bandit. Woohoo!
Woohoo! And we've got some questions that have been sent in by keen readers who want to know more about us and our books. So the first comes from Henry Flapcat of Newcastle under Arm, who asks, who on earth are you? So, Sarah, who on earth are you?
I'm Sarah, and I make picture books and comics and stuff. I do books called Grumpy Corn, Don't Call Me Grumpy Corn, and I also make books with you. I'm a writer and an illustrator. So yeah, how about you?
And I'm Philip, and I started out as an illustrator as well many years ago, but then I started writing. I wrote books like Mortal Engines and Railhead, and then I ran into you, and we started making books together, didn't we? Like Cakes in Space and Oliver and the Seawigs and Pugs of the Frozen North. And now we've done 3 books. This is the 3rd book about a character called Kevin, who is a roly-poly flying pony.
So that's the first one. Yeah. So what are the questions? We've got.
Have you got another one there?
Oh, I've got one. Yes, it's from Mrs. Edna Crotchet of East Dulwich, who asks, why a roly-poly flying pony? So why?
Oh, well, I'm going to have to go and get it because I've left it on the wall. I won't be a moment. You tell them about your pony experiences while I run and get the original.
Okay. So when I was a kid, I used to love to ride my mum's friend's pony, and her name was Bluebell. And she was really round. And she could do this thing when I was putting the saddle on her, where she'd make herself even more round. She'd like blow up with air. And then when we get into the middle of a field and she'd be running, she'd just go, whoosh, and the saddle would just go boing, around, and I'd go flying off. And it was a great trick she played on me every time. And it was always trying to sort of, I'd stay on Bluebell. That was the thing. And I was actually really fond of Bluebell, even though I don't think she was fond of me at all. But I thought we needed to do a book about a pony like Bluebell, but maybe a nice one.
Well, I never had very much experience with ponies, but years and years ago, when I was living in Brighton, back in about 1986, I was walking on the beach and I found this little piece of driftwood, and I thought that needs something painted on it. So I took it home and I painted a little pony on it. And he sort of turned out quite roly-poly because I wanted him to be the same kind of shape as the wood. And I quite liked that little painting. So I've kept that on the wall of every house I've lived in ever since I did it. And you know how when things are on the wall, you sort of stop looking at them after a while, and you stop noticing them. But one year, Sarah and her husband, Stuart, were staying with us over Christmas. And you noticed Kevin on the wall, didn't you?
I was like, it's so cute.
It's so cute, she went. And so Sarah started drawing him herself, and then we decided he ought to be a character. So I wrote a little story about him, and Sarah did illustrations for it. And then we thought he needed to be in a book. So he's been in 3 books now, and he's going to be in a 4th quite soon.
Yeah, we really like making Kevin. It's fun.
It is. So I've got another question here. This one is from Liam Toast of Dull Eastwich, and he says, "What's the new story about?"
Well, what should we say? It's a heist story. That's what you need.
It's a crime story. It's an exciting crime thriller, isn't it? Because
Bumbleford.
Well, in the first book, if you've not read it, Kevin is blown out of his nest in the Wild Wet Hills, and he blows into a town called Bumbleford, and he makes friends there with a boy called Max. And Max and Kevin have loads of adventures together, and Max's sister Daisy gets involved. And in the latest book, in the new book, we have there's a situation developing in Bumbleford. There's a crime wave has started because somebody is stealing biscuits, and the police are on the trail of the dreaded Biscuit Bandit, who is robbing all the shops and taking all the biscuits, and he's even breaking into people's homes and emptying the biscuit tins. And the thing is that Kevin, the roly-poly flying pony, is quite well known for having a love of biscuits. He's very keen on biscuits, and so all the clues point to him. You can see the scene of the latest biscuit burglary. Someone's made a hole in the ceiling, and it's in exactly the shape of Kevin. So things are looking bad for Kevin. It's not looking good, and the police want to send him to horse prison. But Max and Daisy believe in him, and they know he can't be responsible for these wicked crimes. So with Kevin, they set out together to clear his name. And that's kind of what the story's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then there are some other characters who crop up sometimes in the Kevin books. Can you tell us about them, Sarah?
Yeah, their names are Neville and Beyonce, and they're little guinea pigs. And we like to make them having their own adventures, kind of almost in the margins of the book. It's a lot of fun. So they start out plotting in their hutch because they're copycat criminals, and they want to do a heist as well. And we have a whole like Mission Impossible scene where they sort of dangle from here they are in a little getaway car. There's Beyonce, and there's a scene when Neville's dangling from wires in the pet shop where they're trying to steal some sunflower seeds. So it's all very exciting. There we go.
So you kind of get two stories for the price of one in this one, really, don't you? You've got Kevin trying to clear his name. You've got Neville and Beyonce embarking on a life of crime. Look, there's a car chase.
Aye. That was really fun to draw.
So it's a very exciting book. Have we got another question?
Yeah. So let's see. There's a question from Minty Pogo Stick of Much Whittling on the Wold. I remember that town.
Oh, Much Whittling on the Wold. We know it well. Hello, Minty.
Amazing book festival. Hi, Minty.
Yes, the Much Whittling Book Festival is great, isn't it?
So her question is, she wants to know how we work together. How do we work together?
How do we work together? How do we put up with each other?
Usually it starts with me pestering you like crazy, saying, yes. Do something.
Well, a lot of people, because it says on the front of these books, it says by Philip Reeve and Sarah McIntyre, people get the idea that I write them and then Sarah draws the pictures, but it's much more of a cooperation than that, much more of a proper collaboration, because we like to start off, usually I start off saying, what would you like to draw, Sarah? You know, that seems to be like a good idea. Or I see something in one of Sarah's drawings, maybe in something she's done in her sketchbook or in an old picture. I notice some little detail and I think, oh, we could do a book full of that stuff. And then sometimes Sarah has the ideas herself, like, you know, she wanted to do a book about a race to the North Pole where the sleds are pulled by tiny little dogs rather than big huskies. And so that's where Pugs of the Frozen North came from. So we talk for a long time together. It's nice to get together and chat and talk about ideas and silly things that make us laugh, that might make for good stories. And then I go away and write. But all the time I'm writing, I'm sending bits of it. Each time I finish a chapter or a chunk of the story, I send it to Sarah so that she can put in some ideas or make suggestions or change things that she doesn't like. And then the hard work begins, because Sarah has to do the pictures.
Oh. Except it's not so bad when you help me, because if I do it by myself, it usually takes me like maybe 2 or 3 weeks to do all the pencil rough draft pictures. Whereas if you come and you sit at my desk with me, or I go to your house and sit at your desk, and we work together, it takes about, like, we can do it in 2 days or something. It's great. Mm-hmm. It's really fun because we sort of like work out more little jokes in the pictures.
Yes, there are lots of little jokes in the margins and pictures, sort of the edges of pictures, the funny little things happening in the background and stuff. That's all worked out when we're doing the roughs together. So that's
just a lot more fun too. And then after I do the pencil roughs, then I go, we send them to our editor, art director, Holly, and she fits them into with the words. And then I go back and I do them in ink and then color them digitally. So that's how they work. And that usually takes me a few months. So that's how we work.
Okay. So that's how we work together. I've got another question. This one is from Lord Krull, Supreme Ruler of the Dark Voids of Quorn.
Hello, Lord Krull. We miss you.
Quorn. And that's a really good book festival as well, isn't it? The Dark Voids of Quorn Book Festival. It'll be good when that's back. Right, and Lord Krull wonders, what is your favourite biscuit?
Ooh. Do macaroons count as biscuits?
I guess, I don't know. Are they biscuits? Are they cakes? Nobody knows. It's one of those kind of borderline things. And I think we can probably allow macaroons as biscuits. So you're partial to a macaroon.
I like a whole box when you can see like a full range of colours of the macaroon.
Oh yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? Yeah, I do like macaroon, and they're nice because they're sort of crunchy and then they're soft inside. That's quite good. And I like Florentines, which again, they're kind of, are they biscuits? Are they cakes? But you know, they're like sort of chocolate and then almonds and fruit and stuff on the top. They're really nice.
They're very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Florentines. But we've sort of lost touch with our roots, haven't we? Because these are fancy biscuits. These are kind of luxury biscuits. And what I think the sort of biscuits that Kevin likes, Kevin is very partial to a custard cream or a bourbon or
very nice.
They are. The
I do
custard
like
cream's very nice. And you know, I even like sort of ordinary shortbread biscuits. I quite like just a shortbread finger dipped in your cup of tea. It's very nice. So those, I mean, basically all biscuits. There aren't really any biscuits I don't like. Have you ever met a biscuit you didn't like?
You know those biscuits called nice biscuits? Sometimes I buy those when I want to make sure I don't eat too many biscuits because
They're not yeah,
that nice.
because
They're
ironically, they're not very nice.
They're okay biscuits. But they'll do.
They're better than no biscuits at all. But yeah, you're probably right. Yes, yes. Right. So I think that's all the questions we have, isn't it?
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If you want to, we've got some activities that you can download on my website. It's jabberworks.co.uk, and you can go find Neville and Beyonce in the book, The Guinea Pigs, and you can take their adventure further in a comic. And also, you can learn how to draw Max and Daisy and Kevin, and there's all sorts of stuff on my website for you. So go have a look.
Okay, and thank you very much, and enjoy the book. Bye.
Bye.